I'm back with Janet Yellen, former Secretary of the Treasury and former Chair of the Federal Reserve. I want to read something that was published in the Financial Times, your words, on August 27th about Lisa Cook, the Federal Reserve Governor that Donald Trump has fired. Cook has done her job with integrity, weighing evidence and voting for policies designed to achieve the Fed's dual mandate of price stability and maximum employment. For Trump to invoke cause here is a fiction. It is a pretext to justify an autocratic power grab. This is not about one Federal Reserve governor. It's about intimidation. By targeting Cook, Trump is sending a chilling message to every member of the Federal Reserve Board and to the regional reserve bank presidents who take part in the Federal Open Market Committee. Express disagreements with the president's views, and you are next. Tell me why this is important. Tell me why the average viewer who doesn't think much about the makeup of the Fed and its independence should worry about this intimidation.
Well, the Federal Reserve has a good track record, not perfect. Sometimes it makes mistakes, but it has a credible and good track record at keeping inflation low and stable. This underpins the use of the dollar as a reserve currency and the stability of the global financial system. And these are things, it's kind of like the plumbing in your house. You don't think about it most of the time. It's important that it works. You only think about it and become aware of it when it's broken. And this is something that relies on the credibility and good performance of the Fed. And that means that the Fed's judgments have to be based on good economic reasoning and careful attention to the data. And politics can't enter this. And the Fed has been structured by Congress in order to allow it to make independent decisions that are not influenced by politics, that are just what is judged to be the best strategy to keep inflation low and stable and to keep the economy operating near full employment. And if the Fed is politicized, it's stacked with people who are trying to do what the president wants. And the president has made clear, as I mentioned, that his goals are not price stability and full employment. He said his motive is to hold the financing costs on the government debt down, something that I said is very dangerous. We can get a Fed that is totally politicized. Now, in its over 100-year history, no Fed governor has ever been removed for cause. In fact, one of the issues the courts will have to decide is what does for cause mean? But many people interpret that as falling down on the job, failing to perform the duties of the job adequately. And certainly that isn't what Lisa Cook has done. I'm not a legal expert here, and the courts will have to decide this. But when you look at President Trump has made clear he wants the Fed to behave differently, to lower interest rates a lot. And he will try to replace as many personnel are necessary to get the votes he needs for that to happen. As you mentioned, he tried to get Powell to step down when the Supreme Court made clear he couldn't remove Fed governors just through his executive authority. He began to think about using this for cause provision, accused Powell of mismanaging the finances with respect to its building projects, seems to have backed off that. One governor has resigned, the reasons not clear. Next, he's made clear that his decision to remove Lisa Cook is motivated by his desire to control monetary policy. And if he's able to get a majority on the Board of Governors, well, the governors have to approve the appointments of the presidents of the reserve banks, 5 of whom vote on monetary policy. He could begin to threaten the appointments of the presidents. And if he's looking for things as he appears to have been in the case of Lisa Cook. What has she done wrong that I can try to remove her for cause?
Right.
This is a strategy we've seen him use in many different contexts. And anyone who's involved in making monetary policy, the Reserve Bank presidents or the governors, know that if they have hold views and express them or vote on those views in a way he doesn't agree with, they can be next.
Yep.
And that's how he's behaved in many contexts. And this can really undermine the fundamental economic performance and security of the United States.